Irrigation, CAD, Food and Civil Supplies, Honorable Shri Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Shri Tumla Nageshwar Rao Garu, Honorable Shri G. Channa Reddy, Vice Chairman, Planning Board, State Planning Board, dear Mr. Jeremy, Professor Janaiya, Dr. Prem Garg, my dear colleague Shri Raghunandan Rao, and all the dignitaries on and off the dais. At the very outset, allow me to extend a very warm welcome to each and every one of you, the distinguished gathering here from all across the globe. Gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, we know that the global village is increasingly and exponentially realizing the need to come together, sharing our strengths, complementing each other's weaknesses, and above all, create a synergy towards convergence of ideas, thoughts, technology, and needs. It's a moment of enhanced privilege and honor for us that ICI has chosen our newly born state Telangana, but fastest growing state of Telangana in our beautifully diverse country, India. We cannot ever thank you enough for choosing this vibrant and growing cosmopolitan city of Hyderabad, capital of our culturally rich state, for such an important and prestigious state. The rice summits bring together the surplus and deficit countries with a wide array of varieties of rice, exporters and importers, growers and millers, and finally, some state-of-art technology in the milling arena. And I'm sure all of us will benefit from this summit immensely during the session and between the sessions, learning from each other and forging a strong path ahead to ensure sufficiency of food for the mankind. While on one hand, our beautiful city of Hyderabad houses the second and third largest giant MNCs like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Oracle, etc. On the other hand, the versatile agriculture landscape of our state boasts of diverse crops, including food grains and cash crops as well. But standing on top of all is our paddy production and rice cultivation. Of varied spectrum of varieties suitable for everyone's requirement, we are the second largest producer of rice in the country, catering to requirement not only of our state but to the neighboring states too. We are a rice surplus state and therefore, ladies and gentlemen, a land of interest and probably the befitting place for the rice summit. Due to its unique climatic and soil conditions, the state houses IGRISET headquarters. To add to its mystique, there is a key geological factor there, a sharp road dividing the black soil on one side and the red soil on the other side. Benefiting from this fertile land, semi-arid climate, pro-farmer policies, and robust irrigation network, Telangana charts a trajectory towards becoming a pivotal hub in rice production with a surplus of around 6 million metric tons. Paddy cultivated in Telangana has a notable richness in the nutrients. We also grow a very unique premium variety of rice, RNR 15048, which is a low glycemic index of only 51, thus very safe and suitable for diabetic people also. We have a large array of variety of rice grown here, which you can catch a glimpse at our stall of the Civil Supplies Corporation. Relentless effort by the global community, spearheaded by the UN, have made the business and trade across the nations fairer, easier, and convenient. While WTO agreement on agriculture has paved the highway for a fair and market-oriented agricultural trading system, the modern arbitration law by UNICTRAL and other intellectual property right protection agreements have created an international conducive environment for safer, faster, easier, and convenient method of technology exchange and transfer. So we need not to worry about the patent rights, it's all taken care. This means, ladies and gentlemen, that we are standing at the right point of time where we can converge our knowledge and resources and collaborate in technology, filling the gaps of each other, and deriving strength from togetherness towards ensuring not only food for all, but nutritious and suitable type of food grain for the mankind. This can be hugely catalyzed and catapulted by this rice summit, which bring together surplus and deficient, exporters and importers, identifying needs of each other, realizing the potential of each other, few takeaways about the type of soil, climate, and the suitable variety of rice, and ultra-modern milling technological advancement to ensure the best possible rice with minimal nutritional stripping during the milling process, thanks to our milling partners. In the end, while welcoming each and every one of you, once again, I wish to convey my deep sense of gratitude to the organizers and especially the President ICI for giving me this opportunity to be part of this August gathering and sharing my humble views. Please do not forget to feast on our Hyderabadi biryani, which is made of an exquisitely fine variety of rice. Thank you all. Wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a beautiful information. Now, please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Professor Eldar Janaya, Advisor, ICI, to share remarks on today's event.
Good morning. I don't want to take much time. Already time is short. Honorable Ministers, Sri Tumal Nageshwara Garu, Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Captain Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, because he's very particular, my friend, Captain N. Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, J. Chinna Reddy Garu, Principal Secretary, Mr. Chavan Ji and Raghunandan Rao Garu, and other dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. The idea of this was originated almost a year ago. Somehow it was postponed due to various reasons, but now the idea was made to a reality today. And as we know that rice is a lifeline for nearly 5 billion people in Asia, particularly in terms of its contribution to livelihood and national food securities. It was basically a substance farming until early 60s. But with the advantage of the Green Revolution, rice crop has transformed from subsistence to a commercial crop, particularly with the adoption of the Green Revolution technologies. And the Indian model of Green Revolution model was replicated in the rest of the world. This was acknowledged by none other than the Mr. Kofi Annan, who was the Secretary General UN almost 25 years back. As a result, he took the Indian model even to Africa through an initiative called AGRI, African Green Revolution Initiative, about 25 years back. So there are two strong reasons for transforming the rice farming from subsistence to a commercial farming. First and foremost factor was the strong irrigation infrastructure that was built by the first Prime Minister of this country, Sri Jawaharlal Nehru, in the form of 7 modern irrigation projects. And the economic benefits of those 7 irrigation projects, which were built nearly 60 years back, is enormous, transformed the whole economy, in fact. Subsequently, in mid-60s, the new technologies adopted and developed and adopted by the India under the leadership of the then the Prime Minister, again Srimati Indira Gandhi, with the scientific vision of the late Dr. M.S. Swaminathan, and then the Agriculture Minister, Sri C. Subramaniam. As a result, the rice and of course other crops like wheat transformed into a commercial stage and started giving reasonable incomes to the farmers also, in addition to food security. Later it has become a tradable commodity now, particularly after 2000. Now it is food crop, commercial crop, now tradable commodity because surpluses are increasing. Now we have to find a market for outside, not only in India. So therefore, the International Commodity Institute, Mr. Jeremy Swingler, when we had a small meeting more than a year ago, when he was telling that I'm organizing these events outside India for last 22 years, mostly in Southeast Asia. Of course, there is a reason for it. The only 6 exporting countries are exporting to 100 countries. There are more than 100 importing countries, only 6 exporting countries, of which India is the number 1. Then I asked him, why don't you organize similar thing in India? Then he is readily accepted. Then idea I took to Sri Raghunandan Rao Garu. Then he is readily accepted. But as I told, somehow it was postponed. Later, after formation of the new government, I took this idea to our beloved Agriculture Minister, Sri Tumal Nageshwara Garu, who was immediately supported because this event is organizing by the International Commodity Institute. The government has supporting as a facilitation role. So this is the brief background of this. I once again welcome all of you, and this provides a good platform for our domestic, Telangana or even Indian traders to interact with the more than 100 traders came from nearly 20 countries, explore your rice business, and we want at least another new 4 or 5 rice exporters from the state after this event. And we will start discussion with these traders coming from other countries. You built a network, and you can have even business deals, business agreements. This is an opportunity. You don't need to go to 20 countries. All are here now. That's why our millers are here, our traders are here from different parts of the country. With this, I once again welcome. Thank you very much for coming all over there. Particularly, I warmly welcome and respectfully thankful to our beloved ministers, Chinnareddy Garu and Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Tummala Nageshwara Garu, and our secretaries. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you. Thank you for wonderful words, sir. Now, please put your hands together for our next speaker, Mr. Jeremy Zwinger, President, Founder, CEO of International Commodity Institute. Please share a few insights on this event, sir.
So normally this is the time I'd give a 2-hour talk, but I'm not going to. We're going to give a 2-minute talk. And first, just to welcome everybody. I think our people have already said just the welcome so well. But I want to thank all of the crowd now, all of our sponsors, all of the trade throughout the world. I think this is our best first-year event our company's ever done, which is a great achievement. You know, to have around 400 people. I think we counted 25 countries have come to the event. 400 people, 25 countries for a first-year event is a great achievement. So I'm going to give the 1-minute summary of the rice market. Usually I give a big address and I have slides and we have some fun talking about what's going to happen. So I'm just going to give you a couple things I think is going to happen in the world. Number 1, India will be the biggest rice exporter again. 2, I think the crop's going to be very good, so they're going to have a lot of rice. In addition to my friend who is watching the FCI stocks, I watch the FCI data every day it comes out, as long with Dr. Sam Mohanty does as well. We watch the world trade very closely. 3, I think you're going to see some movement in price. You know, the grains prices went down this year and rice stayed high, probably due to Indonesia buying so much and the Philippines buying so much. But Africa is going to really struggle. So I think you're going to see some price reduction as we move forward. And when India gets more free with their exports, especially after the monsoon is known, it's going to be a much different market, especially as we have to develop back and compete against some of these markets in Africa. So I think there's a lot of speakers that come after me. I don't want to take too much more thunder. I would just remind everybody that food is so important. You know, I grew up actually farming and I did yield trials before I became an economist and a business owner. So every piece of this, and I was just extolling in our private meetings, India doesn't get the credit it deserves in the trade often. It doesn't give it the credit it's deserved as a country, how much it's progressed. And one thing that's dear to my heart, the irrigation, I didn't really even truly understand until just recently the minister was coming, but I've told so many people in the world that the irrigation advancements in India is an achievement every country in the world should have told to. It has changed your industry with no press, no economist writing an article. And I think to me that's one of the biggest achievements that has led to this large supply. Amazing contribution of irrigation, which has led to increase in rice and insulated against some of these monsoon issues. So much more to talk about over the next 2 days, many greater speakers than me. And of course we have our wonderful, and she's done such a good job, announcer. With that, I just want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. I just appreciate this event so much. All the work that Dr. Janaya has come in and Sam Mohanty. I just appreciate you all so much, and thank you for your time. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Now, put your hands together for our next speaker. Is none other than Dr. Samrendu Mohanty, Vice President, ICI. Please share your wonderful words, sir.
Good morning, and Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Honorable Minister of Civil Supplies, Vice Chairman of Planning Commission, Principal Secretary Mr. Raghunandan Rao, and our Mr. Chauhan sir from Civil Supplies, Dr. Garg, from TRIA here, Rajiv ji. Let me thank the government of Telangana, particularly our Honorable Agriculture Minister Principal Secretary sitting there, and also one other guy I would like to thank is the Agriculture Director, who is still busy there instructing to his staff there. They have been instrumental in organizing this particular conference in the state there. Thank you very much. Give a big hand to the state of Telangana and the Agriculture Department for hosting this particular event there, first time in India. I think everybody knows the importance of India in the world market, food security there. I don't know if you know, last 10 years, it's India during the COVID time and many other occasions, it's the Indian exports which kept the rice prices low in the global market, feeding millions of poor people in Africa and our neighboring countries there. So India has done an incredible job in feeding the poor people in Africa particularly and our neighbor in Bangladesh and Nepal there. So we have achieved a lot in the global rice market. I think the objective of this particular conference is to showcase Indian rice. As our secretary said, this is the food basket of India. Rice food basket of India. This is rice surplus state there. I would like to encourage all our foreign delegates to get a chance to visit. Some of them visited already the rice mills in the state. Look at the infrastructure in the state. Look at what the state has to give it to them in terms of the rice export to the other countries there. And many of our foreign delegates, I would like to request our Honorable Agriculture Minister to shed light on the fate of Indian export ban. Everybody is concerned about Indian export ban, and they are here to know whether India will remove the ban or India will remove any sort of restriction. So we would like to hear that from our Honorable Agriculture Minister, the future of export ban. And again, I welcome you all from all over the world who have come here to participate in this particular event. Hopefully this is the beginning of a new trend in India where you continue to do the rice conference in the future, bring the traders of the world there. Thank you very much. I think I would like to also thank the delegates who have traveled outside India. If you can, I don't know, I know there are a lot of foreign delegates sitting behind in the backside. I think thank you very much for traveling all the way from Brazil to Africa to a lot of Southeast Asian countries to come and attend this meeting there. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for amazing words. Please welcome our next speaker, Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, IREF, with your energetic claps.
Honorable ministers, secretaries, and exporters, and consulate general, and good morning to everyone. As a Indian Rice Exporter Federation, IREF, I thank you to the Telangana government and TRT who organized first time this rice conference in India, which is really a remarkable because as people doesn't know, maybe India exporting to the world and feeding to the world 40% of their consumption out of India. And India is exporting about 22 million ton past few years. And we have to appreciate to TRT and Telangana government mainly because who taken the initiative to organize. Because last so many years we never seen any rice conference in India organized, even being a largest exporter of rice. And we are right now sitting in bowl of rice state Telangana, where Telangana is growing 16 million ton rice every year and mainly exported this non-basmati rice to African countries. And there is a few varieties which really appreciable and good varieties exporting to US and European countries also from Telangana. Right now, these export figures we like to discuss. You know, the country in India, total crop is about 135 million ton, which is the second largest in the world, because China is the number one and second is India. And right now we say over this Telangana is growing the rice equivalent to Thailand crop, entire country. And right now, India need this. If government, I urge to them, they can organize some campaign. If Telangana can bring pesticide-free rice, definitely we have the scope and market in the world where we can export value-added rice and good quantity of export from India. So as we are entering in this next 2 days and sharing lot of rice exports, etc., and we exported India in 2023 17.5 million ton rice, where basmati rice export is about 5 million ton, parboiled rice is about 7 million ton, and total non-basmati rice export where major share is Telangana and Andhra is 12.5 million metric ton. And in this last January to till today, India exported about 4.8 million metric ton rice, and out of that, only 800,000 ton white rice we exported. Why? Because last year, 20th July, Indian government banned the white rice and 100% broken white rice and restricted to export through NCEL. Because of that, Indian share in the rice export of white rice immediately came down, but Indian exporters, and on the behalf of our members, where our federation 7,500 members are there, all over India and 14 state offices, we are going to achieve this year again about 16 million ton exports. Even there is white rice and parboiled rice, export is not allowed. And thank you very much for calling, and again, thank you very much organizing this wonderful program here. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing such a beautiful insight, sir. Thank you so much. Please welcome our next speaker, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, the Rice Exporters Association, TREA. Okay. Now, please put your hands together for our next Honorable Mr. G. Chinna Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman of State Planning Board.
Sorry.
Good morning to you all. I am very happy to be here this morning. It is a coincidence. Today is the International Food Security Day. We are holding this International Rice Summit here. I am extending a hearty welcome to you all. The Honorable Minister Sri Tumbal Nageswararao Garu, Honorable Agriculture Minister of Telangana, Sri Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister for Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana, Sri Revanth Reddy Garu, Honorable Chief Minister was supposed to be the chief guest today, but he had a meeting at Delhi. Due to his preoccupation, he has gone to Delhi. He asked me to convey his good wishes to you all. And also Sri Raghunandan Rao Garu, Sri the Chairperson, Mr. Jeremy Winger, President, International Commodity Institute, and Dr. Prem Garg, D.H. Chavan Garu, Honorable Principal Secretary, Department of Civil Supplies, B.V. Krishna Garu, and other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Rice is the staple food of South India people. Not only South India, it is expanding to Northern India also. I have seen in Northern India where wheat is grown very widely. States like Haryana, Punjab, wheat is grown during Rabi season. But now the Punjab and Haryana, they are growing rice during rainy season, Kharif season, and as usual growing wheat in the Rabi season. And in Northern India also, people habituated to take rice, and the rice consumption is very much increasing. In Telangana, due to providing irrigation facilities, the rice cultivation has been increased very much. Production also has much increased, and now we are looking for avenues to export our paddy. This is the right time to clinch a deal with Mr. Jeremy Winger. Please buy our rice so that our farmers can get better price. No doubt Government of India is announcing minimum support price, and state government also announced to give 500 rupees per quintal as bonus those farmers who grow fine rice varieties. Here in paddy production, transplantation is a big problem in paddy production. We have very good harvesters, we have very good weedicides, and paddy crop is a labor intensive crop, and labor charges are very much increasing day by day. That's why paddy cultivation is not remunerative to the paddy growing farmer. If we can develop a farmer friendly transplantation machine, then paddy cultivation will be very easy, and farmer can get better profit on paddy production. And also here the Government of India should think. In Israel we have commodity boards. Government is nothing to do with the fixation of price and buying the commodity from the farmers. And commodity boards are empowered to announce the price and also procure the produce from the farmers. In that commodity boards, 50% will constitute farmers and scientists. Remaining 50% constitute scientists, traders, and other related people. That's why farmer is getting very good price in Israel, and also straight away they are exporting to other countries, mostly to Europe. In India also, and I request our Honorable Minister Sri Tummal Nageswara Garu to think on those lines and have a dialogue with Government of India to have a commodity board to be constituted in Telangana, so that we have only two major crops in Telangana. One is paddy, another is cotton. These two crops, we can have two commodity boards. We can announce the price to procure, and also we can assure the farmer this much quantity we can buy from you if you can grow. These two crops, major crops in Telangana, and farmer, they have to be given support from the government, then only farmer can survive. And I think Mr. Janaya Garu, he is the advisor of this ICI. You please prevail over Mr. Jeremy and also see that our Telangana paddy, mostly super fine rice, can be bought by the ICI and it can be exported to America and other very much developed countries so that our farmer can get a better price. This is my request with you, and also those who have gathered here from different countries and all over the country, you please think of buying our Telangana rice and exporting it to other countries. This is my sincere request with you. With these few words, I conclude. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. And yeah.
I'm going to jump in for 1 second. So we're going to adjust the schedule. I thank our ministers for their patience. I know you've adjusted your schedule. Several of them have 11 o'clock meetings. So I apologize to our good friend at TRIA. We've moved the schedule just to show you respect. We're going to move very quickly to our next speaker because I know he's trying to run. And I'm going to hand it back to our wonderful announcer, just so you know that we're moving it around and trying to be very respectful to our guests. So thank you.
Thank you. With great honor and privilege, I welcome Captain N. Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Honorable Minister of Irrigation and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana. Please welcome him with your energetic claps, please.
Mr. Jeremy Zwinger, President, International Commodity Institute, Honorable Shri Tumal Nageshwara Garu, Honorable Agriculture Minister, Honorable Shri Chinna Reddy Garu, Vice Chairman of the State Planning Board, Professor Aldas Janaya, Advisor, International Commodity Institute, Dr. Prem Garg, President, Indian Rice Exporters Federation, Mr. B.V. Krishna Rao, President, Rice Exporters Association, Mr. D.S. Chauhan, Principal Secretary, Civil Supplies, Mr. Raghunandan Rao, Commissioner and Secretary, Agriculture. At the outset, it's a pleasure and a privilege and an honor to be invited to address this August gathering. And for all of you who have come from all parts of Telangana, all parts of the country, and from many other countries, it's an honor and a pleasure to invite you all to Hyderabad, and I hope you have a very pleasant stay. We are, our government is pro-farmer, and we have a focused approach towards not only protecting the farmer interest, but also providing them all kinds of support and benefit. The government is encouraging farmers by providing input subsidy, good quality seed and fertilizers, and purchasing paddy from farmers at a viable price. Telangana farmers harvest 3 crops, in many places harvest mainly 2 crops, in many places even 3 crops of paddy in a year. Telangana has now emerged as the rice bowl of India, standing second in paddy production in the country, and paddy production in the state stands at a staggering 265 lakh metric tons a year, out of which 94 lakh metric tons is procured by the government at minimum support price. As both an irrigation minister and food and civil supplies minister, I can assure the distinguished guests on the dais and the audience that year on year, I expect that the paddy production in Telangana will further increase because we are increasing our irrigation facilities, and also hopefully we are going to better and better productive varieties. So the figures that I mentioned, we will probably improve on them year on year. I also take pride in stating that Telangana state is producing the best varieties of paddy. We grow coarse, fine and superfine varieties. Of these superfine and fine varieties paddy like Telangana Sona, Jai Shri Ram, HMT, Sona Masuri and Samba Masuri, have an excellent quality, great demand, and fetch premium price in the market, and have also a very good export quality. Our country as a whole believes in the concept of food security to ensure that the poorest of the poor at all times get access to the basic food for their active and healthy life. Right to food is treated as a fundamental right, as an extension of right to life, which is enshrined in our constitution, interpreted to include right to live with human dignity, which includes right to food and basic necessities. Our National Food Security Act envisages and mandates the state to provide sufficient nutritious food grain to all the needy and holders of food security card at minimal or zero cost. The government, to ensure food security to the people, is distributing the rice realized after milling of paddy purchased from farmers to the targeted beneficiaries through food safety net schemes. The government has also taken up fortification of rice with micronutrients to address hunger and other micronutrient deficiencies, and around 30 million beneficiaries in the state are receiving this fortified rice through various schemes every month free of cost. Telangana is a surplus paddy producing state, meeting not only to the state's own requirement for our welfare schemes, but also meeting the requirements of other deficit states in the country. We are also very proud of our milling industry. It is one of the major industries and the major employees in the state. The milling of paddy is taken up by the government in collaboration with milling industry. There are around 3,000 rice mills in the state, and we have some ultra-modern rice mills. And through this conference, we'd also like to invite any better technology than that we already have. I hope that this platform would give a great opportunity to know about the latest technologies in milling, and also to explore international market, which will boost our state's agrarian economy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sure that wide array of rice we have would be of great interest to all of you, especially the exporter community here. Some of our rice variants are unique in the world, and we have varieties which can cater to varied needs of populace across the globe. And we would be glad to offer the same to all the exporters who have come to this conference. Quality of Indian and especially Telangana rice has not been fully explored by the world community, and we are committed to showcase the same. We are ambitious and confident of supplying the best rice in the world. I believe that the current economic scenario, global collaboration and exchange of technology as well as trade is highly needed more than ever. No one can deny that world is becoming a global village, and it is high time that we join our hands together in ensuring food safety and food security and food sufficiency to all. Our government is open to any kind of cooperation and collaboration in this regard. Before I end, for the International Commodity Institute, the exporters, the rice traders, and all the distinguished guests on the dais and the members in the audience, I wish to once again repeat, both as a Minister for Irrigation and Minister for Food and Civil Supplies for the state, we are increasing our irrigation facilities year on year, and we hope to increase paddy productivity and go in for better variants year on year. So you will find that Telangana is one of the huge paddy surplus states in this country. Like Mr. Jeremy said, Telangana produces more paddy than the country of Thailand. This is what he said. So we are going to increase our production. We are going to better our variants, and I'm sure we can also give you at a very competitive price. I would like to use this conference and this occasion and this platform that to invite all of you, not just in this conference, but to have a discussion on the sidelines. I am available for the next 2 days whenever you'd like to meet. And our Principal Secretary and Commissioner, Mr. Diaz Chauhan, is also available. We have, as it is, huge stocks of both coarse and fine variants of paddy now. We also have both coarse and fine variants of rice and for export. And we can discuss the price and other terms and conditions. And if there are any restrictions of the Government of India, I can assure you that we will talk to Government of India and ensure that trade in rice should be possible, because we have huge stocks. It's good for the country, it's good for the state, it's good for society, it's good for farmers. I once again express my sincere thanks to the organizers. Professor Aldas Janaya has taken a great pains to organize this meet, and I know him from many years as somebody who's done a lot of work in agriculture and particularly paddy and rice, and he's been the forefront of organizing this. And our Vice Chairman of our Planning Board, Dr. Chinna Reddy, is a doctorate in agriculture from Malaysia. I'm sure he'll be able to contribute. And our dynamic agriculture minister is a vast experience in running the government and vast experience in agriculture ministry, and he's also a great progressive farmer himself. So I think you have a very good combination of people to deal with. And he's a practicing farmer. He's a farmer as of now. Then I also wish to recommend that our Rice Miller Association representatives, our President Mr. Nagender, General Secretary Mr. Mohan Reddy are here, and Mr. Thudi Devendra Reddy, who's very knowledgeable in rice trade and rice milling issues. So we're all here. We would like to benefit the state's economy and the state's farmers, and we hope to use these 2 days in whatever way, how we are, whenever you want us to be available, we are available. We are willing to discuss, and not just present, but all forms of future cooperation. I also would like to learn and know more about better and more modern rice milling methods, and we are willing to, act as an in-between between our rice milling industry and your International Commodity Institute, to progress the rice milling industry in our state more. I must say it's been a genuine pleasure and a privilege to be here. I treat it as a good fortune to spend this time among all of you. Thank you very much. For the next 2 days, we are available for anybody who wants to consult us on any of these issues. Thank you very much. And you have to excuse me. I have another commitment in a very far off place. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to leave now. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a wonderful insight and information. Thank you so much, sir. Now, with great honor and pleasure, please put your hands together for Shri Tumala Nageshwara Garu, Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Government of Telangana, to share his valuable thoughts.
I welcome Mr. Jeremy Winger, President of ICI, as well as our Irrigation Minister and Civil Supplies, Uttam Kumar Reddy ji, our beloved friend, Planning Board Vice Chairman Chinna Reddy garu, our Secretary Raghunandan Rao garu, our Principal Secretary Civil Supplies Chauhan garu, Janay garu, Prem Garg garu, Mohanty garu. I welcome you all to this beautiful city of Hyderabad. Telangana is the youngest state of India, formed in the year 2014, and we have celebrated our 10 years of state formation few days ago. We are privileged to host this Global Rice Summit 2024 in our state. As you may aware that Telangana is one of the leading paddy cultivating state in the country. Our area under rice cultivation has increased significantly over the years. The area under rice cultivation stands at 12 million acres last year. In terms of production, it is around 26 million tons. There are nearly 220 varieties of paddy being cultivated in our state due to favorable climatic conditions. At present, 60% of its coarse varieties, the new government has taken all the effort to motivate farmers to go for fine varieties and rice which has more demand in local and global market. The government has announced a bonus of 500 rupees per quintal for those farmers who are cultivating fine varieties of the rice from next season onwards. As you are aware that India is the largest exporter of rice in world, accounting for 45% of the global market share. India's rice is exported to more than 100 countries in the world. In the future, India will have more surplus rice to export to foreign countries by 2030. Telangana is exporting its rice mainly to countries like Philippines, USA, Bangladesh, United Arab Emirates, and UK. Varieties like Sona Masuri, Sama Masuri, HMT, MTU 1010 boiled, IR64 steamed rice, JGL varieties are having huge demand in other countries. The production of rice in our country has increased almost 8 times after independence and reached 14 crore metric tons. Despite the resources and technology required for rice production, the organization crisis remains two major challenges even today. We have made a significant progress in resolving production-related factors over the year, but market-related problems remains the major concerns for ensuring better price to farmers. I believe that the summit will provide a very good opportunity to widen our export market and also creates a platform for our domestic traders to interact and collaborate with major traders in the world. I request you, our scientists, millers, and progressive farmers taking part in this summit to understand and learn from them experience of other participants, mainly on aspects like better milling techniques adopted by the other countries, state-of-the-art storage facilities and ways and means of providing continuation of goods at various stages, etc. There is a need to focus on developing more high-yielding fine varieties, which is suitable for our climatic condition and also have the export potential. Recently, a low glycemic index super fine rice variety Telangana Sona has gained popularity across the country and even exporting the other countries. There is a demand in the market for seeds with a length of more than 6 mm. We shall make our effort for developing such varieties suitable for domestic as well as export market. I take this opportunity to appeal Government of India to come forward to adopt export-friendly rules and regulations to benefit the farming community to get better market price. I congratulate the International Commodity Organization for organizing such events over the year and creating a platform to bring together leading rice scientists along with rice exporters and importers under one umbrella to discuss on policy issues for rice development. I am looking forward for fruitful deliberations and successful trade agreements between the organizations over next 2 days. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much. It's a pleasure to hear you.
Just small, 2 minutes. Sir. Telangana Rice Millers Association want to felicitate our honorable two ministers and vice chairman. Quickly, 2 minutes. Mr. Nagendra, President, and General Secretary Mohan Reddy Garu. Just within 2 minutes, I know the time constraints. Nagendra Garu, please.
On behalf of Government of Telangana, we are excited and privileged to felicitate dignitaries on the diet with eco-friendly handmade crafts like Zahirabad woodcraft, shell craft, cereal mask, etc. Shawl which is made up of Pochampalli silk.
All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much, sir. Yeah. Now, on behalf of Government of Telangana, it's our privilege to felicitate dignitaries on the dais with the eco-friendly handmade crafts. I request from Government of Telangana, please felicitate with your handmade crafts.